The correlation between autism and the incel subculture. A recent study published by the UK's Commission for Countering Extremism, CCE, has identified a significant correlation between autism spectrum disorder, ASD, and men who identify as incels, short for involuntarily celibate. The research reveals that men in this subculture are up to 30 times more likely to exhibit traits consistent with ASD compared to the general population. This groundbreaking study provides new insights into the psychological and sociological factors contributing to the incel phenomenon. Approximately 30% of the 561 incels studied exhibited traits significant enough to warrant a formal ASD diagnosis. This figure is dramatically higher than the estimated 1% prevalence of autism in the general population. Incels displayed extremely poor mental health, with a high prevalence of depression and suicidal ideation. Mental health challenges were found to exacerbate feelings of victimization, hostility, racism, and misogyny among participants. A concerning 26% of participants admitted they sometimes or often justified violence against perceived adversaries. 5% frequently endorsed violence, with this subset showing heightened misogynistic and racist beliefs and poorer mental health. Many incels described feelings of social isolation, perceiving the dating world as rigged against them. This worldview was reinforced through online forums like Roosh V, Male Privilege, HA, and social media platforms, which served as echo chambers for the grievances and radical ideologies of the mentally ill. Characteristics associated with autism, such as social difficulties, emotional misinterpretation, and obsessive thinking, may make individuals more susceptible to the structured categorical narratives offered by incel ideologies. Many participants were unaware of their potential ASD, suggesting that earlier diagnosis and support could mitigate radicalization risks. The study emphasizes that autism does not cause radicalization. Instead, ASD traits can interact with poor mental health and social isolation, creating vulnerability to extremist ideologies. A perfect storm of psychological predispositions, exposure to harmful ideologies, and social networks can catalyze the development of problematic beliefs. Cultural norms that equate masculinity with independence, dominance, and success can alienate autistic men who struggle to meet these expectations. Incels often internalize societal rejection, fueling anger and further entrenching harmful worldviews. Many incels engage in obsessive self-measurement and negative self-assessment, echoing patterns seen in pro-anorexia communities. This reflects a broader struggle for control over their lives and bodies. Targeted mental health interventions can address underlying issues of depression and isolation, potentially reducing adherence to incel ideologies. Professionals working in counterterrorism and de-radicalization programs must understand the intersections of neurodiversity, mental health, and extremism. Increasing awareness and providing tailored support for autistic children could prevent vulnerability to incel ideologies by fostering self-awareness and resilience. Young people, particularly autistic boys, should be educated on the risks of online radicalization and provided with positive alternatives for social connection and emotional validation. Encouraging a shift in cultural attitudes toward masculinity, emotional expression, and inclusion can help dismantle the societal pressures contributing to incel worldviews. While the study highlights a concerning correlation between autism and the incel subculture, it reinforces the need for nuanced, empathetic approaches to intervention. Addressing the complex interplay of neurodiversity, mental health, and societal norms can help mitigate the risks of radicalization and support at-risk individuals in finding healthier paths to connection and self-worth.